Hello friends, welcome back to our channel, A Pinch of Positivity. Today, my topic is pride and ego. Now, we normally confuse pride and ego. We think pride and ego are same. However, there is a slight difference between pride and ego. Pride is an emotion. It is an emotion which is a result of certain level of achievement of self, or it can be achievement of others also. As long as pride is subjected to the satisfaction of the self and motivation for the self and motivation for others, it is healthy. So pride is healthy as long as it is for self-satisfaction or motivation of the self and for others. It is perfectly fine. However, when pride turns into something more, where we think and are consumed that we are the one, that things function because of me, and self-importance is resulted, that becomes an ego, and that is called ego. So ego is the feeling of thinking of ourselves so high that it finally results in an arrogance. Ego results in false notion, false thoughts and false ideas about ourselves, about things. It stops us from apologizing for anything wrong that we do to others. It limits us. We feel that we know everything and we don't need to know anything more. And ego gets hurt very easily. So when we are thinking too high of ourselves and we think that we are the ones who are doing everything, and because of me everything is functioning correctly, so somebody has to criticize us, we immediately feel hurt and we then react in anger and in an appropriate manner. Just think about it. Whenever we give undue self-importance to us and we feel that it is because of me that everything is happening, that I have the ability, I have this talent to do, and when I do something and somebody finds a small fault in that thing that I do, which I've done with so much pride, what happens? Immediately the hurt feeling comes into us, the anger feeling comes into us. So ego limits us, and stops us from growing, stops us from learning. I'll give you a short story on ego. There was a painter and he used to make a painting daily, go into the market and sell for 500 rupees. The painter was getting old, his hands were started shaking. So he thought, why not teach this talent to my son, who can then start painting and selling the painting for a living. So he explains to the son, and the son accepts to learn the painting from the father. The father teaches him the basics of the brush, the colors, the painting, and teaches him how to paint. The son paints his first painting, goes into the market and comes back to his father, and he says that I was able to sell the painting for 100 rupees. The father feels very happy for his son, but the son is not feeling happy. The son says, you are able to sell your painting for 500 and I sold my painting for 100. So I am lacking in something. You need to teach me something properly. So the father sits with the son and explains to him little more about painting, little more about the colors, of how to mix colors to create a beautiful painting. And this time the son goes into the market and is able to sell his painting for 200 rupees. He comes to his father and tells him that I was able to sell the painting for 200 rupees. The father feels very happy, but the son is not happy. He says, how come I am able to sell the painting only for 200, whereas you were selling your painting for 500. That means I still have not learned something. The father teaches the son few more aspects of the painting, and gradually the son improves and goes to the market to sell his painting, and this time he fetches 300 rupees for the painting. He comes to his father, the father is very thrilled, but the son is not happy. He says, "No, there's something more that I need to learn. Please teach me." The father sits with the son and explains him more detail about imagination, thought, of how to put everything that he imagines into the painting, the use of colors, the technique of the paintbrush. And this time, the son creates a painting, goes to the market, and sells the painting for 800 rupees. The son is very happy. He comes to the father and tells his father that he has sold the painting for 800. The father feels very happy. He feels very happy for the son. He says, "Son, I'm proud of you. I knew you could do it. And now I'm going to teach you a technique where you'll be able to sell the painting for 1,000 rupees." And the son burst out laughing. He says, "You have been able to sell painting only for 500 rupees. I sold the painting for 800 rupees, and you're going to teach me painting 1,000 rupees? You never rose from 500. How are you going to basically reach even to 1,000? I don't want to learn from you." The father listens very patiently and then replies to his son that you will never ever be able to sell a painting more than 800 rupees. You will either sell the painting at 800 rupees max or lower than that. The son again starts laughing. "What are you talking? I reached 800. I can reach 1,000 immediately." The father explains to the son, "You know why I have not been able to sell the painting for more than 500? Because when I was your age and when my father, your grandfather, was teaching me painting, he used to sell his painting for 300 rupees. And when I started selling the painting for 500 rupees, I said the same things to my father, what you are saying to me, and that is the day I stopped learning. It is because I thought that now I am able to earn more than my father, able to fetch a better price than my father. I know more than him. I know everything. I put a full stop to learning. I did not grow from there. My ego came into play, and that was the day I put a stop to my growing. So, my son, you will never be able to sell your painting more than 800 rupees. This is what ego does to us. We feel that the world is functioning because of me. My work is happening because of me. I have the talent, I have the ability. We look down upon others. We think that they are not capable. We think we are the only ones capable. We think we are irreplaceable. But how how wrong we are thinking. Everybody is replaceable. Everybody can be replaced. We are not into this world to live forever. One day we also have to move on. Somebody better will come in our place. So, why this ego? Why so much pride? Don't let your satisfaction about your achievements reach a place where it turns into ego and stops you from growing further. Ego is your enemy and it will stop you from progressing in life. And also, it will make you a person who you are not. It will only teach you to think high about yourself and low about everybody else. So be careful, be watchful, live in the knowledge, do whatever you want to do, feel satisfied, accomplish whatever you want to, but with humbleness. Show compassion for others, so show compassion for yourself. Live life in a very peaceful and a simple way. So live in that knowledge, my friend. Never let ego and pride get to you and keep progressing. Thank you for listening and God bless you.